don't know, maybe let me change my view. Try to see everybody else on here. Oh, hey, everybody. There you guys are. Hope everyone's having a good day. Forgive the steering wheel in the way.
That's okay.
Trying to not hold the phone while I drive, so I was trying to be good.
Please don't.
No, right? I know, right? Oh, gosh. Well, I'm happy to hear about all the things you guys are planning for the NAMI walk, because I know a lot of people were concerned that it was going virtual, but I think it's still a great opportunity for people to get involved and get out and do the virtual walks in their own community, which is cool.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a really fun event. And we're going to be sending out press releases. So hopefully you'll get to talk about it on the CW this week.
Yeah. Can you remind everybody one more time, because if somebody just joined us, when the walk is and if they have to do it at the same time or just any time that day?
Okay.
So the walk is going to be May 30th.
Okay.
And we're going to be starting our live stream at 11 o'clock. But basically, we're calling it a National Day of Hope. So that entire day is going to be a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And you can participate. There are lots and lots of ways that you guys can participate. And I'll be sure to send out some ideas to everyone about how to do that, how to join a team or create a team, and some fun ideas that you can do to participate in the day of the event. And then we'll also be doing a live stream from the NAMIWalks.org website with some fun programming and social media shout outs and pictures and stories. So it'll be a great event.
I definitely will. I'm looking forward to it.
And I put the website in the chat box for everybody to go check out.
Oh, okay, cool. And people can still raise money. What's the deadline for people to raise money?
So actually, we will be raising money up until the end of June. So if you have some people who want to wait until the actual day of the event to donate, that's fine. If you have some people who are, going through a little bit of tough time, but they still want to contribute, they can do so 30 days after the event. So we'll still be raising money. And sometimes it's easier when you have something to show, like, hey, this is the event that happened, this is why this is important. And we'll be recording the event like we're recording this one live. So there will be something to show people, this is what we're doing, this is why it's important. We'll have our fun t-shirts and all of the cool things that the unique teams are doing. We're going to have walk bibs for those of you who do want to walk around the neighborhoods or the parks that'll say NAMI and stigma free and mental health and Day of Hope. And then we have this really fun thing that we're doing this year called Signs of Hope. So it'll have at the top something like, I walk because, or if you're doing yoga that day, I'm yoga because, or I hope for, you can say, I hope for mental health for all. I hope for better access to mental health care. You can say, I walk because I live with mental illness, or I walk because to honor my sister. So you guys can hang those in your windows. You can hold them and post for social media, and we'll post them online. You can walk with them the day of the event, and it's really a good just awareness tool. And then at the bottom of all of them, they have the hashtags Not Alone and Mental Health for All, which is our key message for this event, is that we don't want anyone to feel like they are alone. And our goal is to have mental health recognized as much as physical health.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think that's great. I know a lot of people want to represent with those shirts and all those cool things you guys are giving out. What's the deadline to try to, I guess, either register or sign up so people can still receive a shirt in time for May 30th?
So we actually won't have the shirts in time for May 30th. A lot of teams are creating their own shirts to participate or to unify their teams for the day of the event, or selling them to help fundraise. But we will be having a community fair event sometime in June. As soon as the city's opening up and things are safe again, we'll be having a small community affair where we will be distributing the shirt and some other fun things.
Okay, well, that's cool.
And there's no deadline to register. So you guys can register today, you guys can register tomorrow, you guys can register the day before the event. Of course, we prefer that you register and donate sooner than later, so that you're getting all the emails and you're participating and you're building momentum for the day of the event. And And the more you're involved, the more awareness is created, right? Because the more you're posting about your team and the walk and what you guys are doing, the more other people are singing and going, hey, what's this NAMI stuff that Fran keeps talking about, Italia keeps talking about? And that's one more person who's aware of the importance of mental illness and what NAMI Greater Houston does.
I agree.
So I am going to guess that since you're driving, you don't have a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, no.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share and pull up your blog, your podcast from Daddy Duty 365. Is that okay?
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. And let's talk a little bit about that, about what you do professionally, about how you came to start your blog, about what parenting has been like during this pandemic. I've had the pleasure of meeting your beautiful girls. And I know for me, I've been home with my children all the time. So we've been homeschooling, and like my daughter was just in the background, baby, I have a meeting, and she's making grits.
Oh, no.
So we're homeschooling and home eating and working from home and trying to keep each other entertained. And it's been quite a challenge. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like for you and your wife and working. And I know you haven't been home all the time. You have to go into the office still, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I still have to go into the studio to talk about, the news and deliver all the important things everyone at home needs to know, because I'm a news anchor by morning, I should say, not even by day. But the morning dose comes on every single weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. on the CW39 morning show. And right now, what you're looking at is the Daddy Duty 365 page. It's a podcast where celebrity dads reveal the good, the bad, and the funny of fatherhood. So we have an amazing time on there, just talking to different dads about some of the things they're going through, whether it's, homeschooling, homework, COVID-19, all this stuff that they're going through, or it's just this week. Just this week, I encourage everybody to go on and look at the interview that I did with, he's a rapper. His name is Paul Wall. He's, pretty huge. Yeah, I was going to say, he's pretty huge in the rap game. But if you're not familiar with rap, just know he's a pretty big artist. He's from the Houston area. And he's doing amazing work that a lot of people don't even know about. And that is with warning people about, predators. And he's on the board of Parents Against Predators. And he does a lot of work to help people deal with what they're going through, what they've been through, with, not committing suicide, with saving other children so they don't become, abducted or molested or anything like that. And it was just eye-opening to hear him talk about it as a rapper, as a person. You see it with this one persona, to find out he has this whole other different side where he is passionate about saving kids and passionate about giving back to his community. And, he has 2 kids himself that are teenagers now. And just hearing a father be passionate about that, I think it's important for more people to hear that voice. And that's why I wanted to highlight, his interview on the Daddy Duty 365 podcast, because just knowing the information that he shares can save a lot of people. It can save kids from having some really horrible things happen to them. So I encourage everybody to go to daddyduty365.com to hear that interview. And subscribe to the podcast, of course. We have tons of celebrity dads who are always sharing the good, the bad, the funny of fatherhood, because there's always something crazy going on, as you can see from my Instagram page, because my kids are always getting into something.
Absolutely. I know when we had the unfortunate loss of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, because of a media interview that he did for a while, the phrase and the hashtag girl dad was trending. And it was very touching to see so many dads share their stories and their relationships with their daughters. What has your experience been like as a girl dad?
It's been amazing. It's been also challenging because, I'm dealing with a lot more emotions that I knew I was going to have to deal with, and a lot more things that I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And doing hair. But I learned how to do hair. I learned how to try to be more empathetic and passionate. And like, instead of just, saying, get up, you'll be all right. Come on, let's go. Come on, it ain't hurt that bad. Trying to be a little bit more caring and comforting and different things like that. And I think that's with all my kids. I still try to do that with my son too. And I try not to put little limits or boundaries on them because they're girls. I tell my daughters all the time they can do anything and everything the boys do. And I was
That's
like,
right.
you can still wear your princess dress while you do it. I was like,
That's
there's no
right.
limitations on that. You don't have to be one thing. You don't have to be fit in a box. I say you can do whatever you want to do and become whatever you want to become. And so my oldest daughter wants to be a basketball player in the NBA, not the
Oh, that's
WNBA.
awesome.
She wants to play in the NBA, and she wants larger audiences, I guess. I don't know, but and again, I have no idea where she got that. I can't play basketball. I don't watch basketball on TV. I have no idea where she got this love for basketball, but she got it because she's her own person, has her own personality, and it's just amazing to see them become these people who they are becoming. She also wants to be an astronaut, so I think either way she's gonna be paid, So and then the middle one, so there are 9, 7, and 4. Just to give you the ages. And so the middle one, Mackenzie, she wants to be a teacher and the next Beyonce. So we have to, once COVID is over, she's going to get singing and dancing lessons. Is what she wants to do.
That's
And she's
awesome.
always singing. Always. Do you hear me? Always singing. So I think
I have one of those.
yes. So once she gets lessons, maybe we'll enjoy it a little more. Let's be honest. Everybody ain't got a skill for it, but she definitely has a personality for it. So, and Carter, he just wants to be a superhero, firefighter, and a police officer when he grows up. So, yeah. So it's exciting to see them come into these personalities and grow and just become their own people.
So what is it, what are you getting from them during this situation? For me, my kids, they're scared, they're concerned, they're a little confused. And those first 2 weeks were really rough, adjusting to the new schedule, adjusting just to all of the newness of COVID life. What was it like for you and your wife?
Uh, it was definitely an adjustment, more so for my wife than I, because she's at home with them 24/7. I do go to work and then come back. But it was an adjustment to get them used to a schedule, to get them on schedule, to accept that schedule. At first, they were excited. They were like, "We don't gotta go to
To go,
school,
yeah, we got to stay
yeah,
at
we
home.
kicking."
What?
And then we were like, "Yeah, but you still gotta do work. You still gotta do homework. You still gotta do." They're like, "What? We
Wait,
do?
what?
What?
That
Well,
was not a
right."
part of
It's
the
like,
deal.
right. I'm like, no, yeah, you're not gonna just be sitting here getting dumb and watching TV all day, no sir. So, and they go to a very competitive school, so they had a lot to do and a lot to get in line with, or what the school expected them to do. So, I think right now it's getting a little easier. We're all starting to, get into the groove of things and starting to, you know just understand what our responsibilities are and where they fit. For example, I'm not the one to come to when we're doing math homework because the way I used to do it is not the way they do it now. So I'm always giving the wrong answers. So because you have to show the work, you can't just give the answer. You got to show the work. So yeah, don't come to daddy when it's math time. But I can fix you lunch and I can read the books to you and I can help you with some science and history. I can do some history. But the other stuff, yeah, maybe go to mama for that.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Have
still
you
here.
kept them? Have you kept them busy and engaged um, outside of schoolwork? So, like for
Oh,
us, when the day is
um,
over and we can't go see do is what my mom would call it, because they're, let's go here, let's see this, let's do this. So we can't go see do. How do you keep them entertained and active and busy without driving yourself crazy?
Oh man, tell me about that. That's one of the difficult things because they always want to do something. As soon as you finish one project, they're on to another project and they want to do something else. So like we just finished a 2-hour project. Why do we have to do something else right now? And so for us, it's all about getting outdoors, finding other activities that will keep them busy and engaged, but also use a lot of energy. So it's like you doing obstacle courses in the backyard so they can run around and stay busy there, or doing art projects where they're drawing stuff or chalk on the ground. You know, that's a big one. They love doing that because they're artistic and.
That's great. What have been your biggest challenges? Shannon, did we lose you?
Doing stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. We're just like, yes, exhaust them as much as possible.
Wear them out.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's talk about self-care a little bit. We are a mental health organization, so it can be rough balancing self-care and parenting full-time. Because I know we're all full-time parents, whether we are stay-at-home parents, whether we go and work, because you can't turn it off. But it's a whole different ball game when you're literally stuck inside the house with your children all the time. So it's a little different, and it can be a little jarring when you don't have that break. It can be a little exhausting to have to be on all the time. And that's even a different dynamic for stay-at-home parents. I know you mentioned that, you still have to go into work and your wife is the one that's primarily home with the children all the time. So what do you two do individually or together to mentally take care of yourselves while parenting during this exhausting time?
Well, for me, it's just a matter of self-care because a lot of people forget how important self-care is. And they, like you said, they're focusing on the kids and focusing on needing to get work done. They're focusing on everything else except them. I mean, especially moms, they do that in a normal day, let alone dealing with now 24/7 care. You're the doctor, you're the teacher, you're the cook, you're the cleaner, you're everything. And so there comes a time where you have to say, okay, I need time for me. I need time to make sure I can heal so I can be good for tomorrow. So busy going anything else. You're not going to be any good for the kids if you're no good at all.
Absolutely. What's your favorite self-care technique? What's your favorite routine? Mine is bubble baths.
My wife has really gone to do the bubble baths. She's now doing lots of bubble baths, so she loves those. Me is quiet time. If I can take a nap, love that, and and getting quiet time. It used to be massages when we were allowed to go.
Yes, I miss my massages. Shannon, I think we lost you. Shannon? Guess that's what happens when you're on the move. There you are.
There you go. Okay, I was gonna say it was frozen. I can't see you. Okay, I got you now.
So I think we lost you around massages.
Oh, darn! You lost all that. Okay, I was saying that my used to be massages, but now we can't go anymore. So I like to get any opportunity to just get some quiet time, whether that's working out for me or going on a run or walk. A nap, I love when I get to take a nap. And so sometimes it's taking a nap with my youngest because he needs naps still. So we get to take naps together. And so that's an enjoyable moment for me because I'm like, oh, I get to take a nap. Because I wake up at 2:30 in the morning a lot of times to go to work. So I have early mornings. And then I have to still stay up all day. It's a lot. And then for other people, I just say, whether it's a nap, whether it's reading a book, quiet time. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to get the kids and let them watch a movie, but that's also a moment for you to veg out, to get some quiet time, to do whatever you need to do. Or you can also put them on a Zoom call with grandma, and grandma can talk to them for forever and just let them show them and showing grandma their room, their new projects that they drew. And so that could be also a nice excuse for you to get away and get some free time.
You know, you're absolutely right. And I read that somewhere else, where basically, I mean, these kids have all these pent up energy. And if, you know, it's got to go somewhere. So if it's not you, and it can't be you 24 hours a day, every day. So definitely get on a Zoom call, play a movie, find something else for their attention and their energy, just to give yourself a moment to build yours back up, because it's a little draining to be, like I said, to be on all the time and to have to give so much of yourself. So it's okay to take a break, you guys. It's okay to to send them to grandma or, you know, your aunts or even a friend. My daughter got on a Zoom call with her classmates and they stayed on for 5 hours, and that was okay.
Really?
5 hours. There were
they
3
were
to 4 of them.
it.
They were kicking it hard because they don't get that during the school day anymore. School is also a social outlet for them, and they don't have that. True. They don't have the weekend birthday parties and the socialization that they usually do. And my daughter has such a high level of energy. So again, if I'm not consuming it, it's got to go somewhere. So, so I've learned not to feel guilty about finding other ways for them to engage. I definitely participate when I can, or facilitate when I can. Game nights, girl time, family time, puzzles, whatever the case is. And sometimes it's even, you know what, why don't you guys go to your rooms and play for a while? Video games, YouTube. Like I said, my daughter is really into making slime these days and everything else. She's so creative. She's teaching herself piano. You know, just, it's okay. And I'm a single parent, so I don't have a second parent to bounce off of. So I definitely had to find some balance for that energy. So you are absolutely correct.
Yeah, it's important because, like I said, you can't be a help to them if you're drowning yourself. So it's real.
It's real. You guys have any questions for Shannon or comments on anything that we've discussed so far?
No, thank you. But it's good to hear that you all are, you know, that I'm in the same boat like you all. Like I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
It's good to hear that, you know, and to see that, because you know, that's, you know, we're isolated, so we don't get to even, you know, talk about our experience anymore with our friends or, you know, people. We do, you know, of course, I talk to my coworkers and, you know, some of my friends. And, you know, I guess we're all going through the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's good to hear that.
Absolutely.
And don't forget that the teachers, some teachers are there to help also, because a lot of times you're just like, okay, I don't know, or like you need them to talk to their teachers, and they have office hours, and you can put them on a Zoom call with their teacher, or to help them through some of the issues that they're having. I usually try to say, okay, you know, get all your questions ready, and we'll ask them all at the same time, so you're not calling the teacher every 5 minutes. But okay, you had trouble with that first subject, let's hold that to the end. Okay, you had trouble with this other subject, okay, let's hold that question to the end. Once you finish everything, let's go back, and then we'll go to the teacher's office hours and call them and ask them those questions. And my kids' teachers have been very helpful, especially because we were really having a learning curve with the you know, technology that was being introduced. And you know, some of the kids, they never been on those things, or they never been into whatever the new program was, and our programs were not compatible to what the teacher was using. It was like, we don't have iPads, we have Kindles and the Amazon Fire, and those weren't working the same as an iPad. And so, there were some lags that we had to depend on a lot of other people to help us out. So don't feel like you can't ask for help. Even though people may not be able to be there in person, they may be able to help you virtually.
Yes, and that same outlet that we're saying that the kids need, we as parents need. So talk to your friends, reach out to them via Zoom or FaceTime, or my friends and I, we have a Facebook Messenger group. So every once in a while, it'll go off and it'll ring to all of us. And we just it's like we're in the same room, even though we're not. So even if we're not talking, it, like you said, it's about not being alone and knowing that you have somebody to vent to, knowing that you have an outlet for your energy, your frustrations. You can talk about what you're cooking, because we've all been cooking a lot more. My gas bill has gone down, but my power bill and my grocery bill have tripled.
Oh my gosh, they won't stop eating. I was like, you literally just ate an entire lunch. How are you hungry 30 minutes later? I do not understand.
I actually had to have a mini science lesson with my daughter, because she would swear that her stomach was growling. I was like, baby, when your stomach is growling, it's because the sides of your stomach are rubbing together. You just ate. So there is something in your stomach. Like I believe that you are feeling something. Maybe that's digestion, maybe it's gas. But if your stomach is not growling, you are not hungry.
Oh my
gosh. So she's actually upstairs. They have a class meeting twice a week. And then she was in strings with school, and later today they're going to have their last strings meeting. So it's definitely been a very unconventional and unique end to the school year for them. And that's another thing. A lot of people are in mourning, right? So you have your high schoolers who didn't get their prom and didn't get their graduations. Your fifth graders going to sixth grade, your eighth graders going to ninth grade, or any other type of transitions. And they didn't get the closure that they would normally have to a school year. They just suddenly stopped seeing their friends. They suddenly stopped the activities that they were excited about or used to participating. And that is perfectly normal. It is normal for them to be sad about those things. It is normal for them to mourn, and just allow them to express that, allow them to have those feelings. And definitely be on the look for signs of trauma. This is a traumatic experience for so many people. We actually had a speaker last night who talked about PTSD and what that looks like. Increased depression and anxiety, insomnia, just very unusual reactions to normal situations, outbursts, and just a variety of things. And it's okay for them to feel that way. It's completely normal in this situation. I definitely recommend that you go to NAMI's website for resources, or call into our C Center, and they can refer you to therapists that are doing telesessions. They can do kind of a brief assessment to see if you're in a crisis situation, because there are some children and parents who are already living with mental health conditions that's heightened and elevated by this situation. So definitely feel those feelings, be aware, be conscious, and reach out if you need help.
Yeah, I think that's an important lesson that a lot of people forget, that they are these teleconferences. If you need to talk to someone, don't feel like you have to do it alone. Don't feel like you can take it. Oh, I'm strong. I can do it. No, call somebody. They're there to help you. So
call somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put NAMI's website in the chat box, and a little bit about NAMI programs and services. We offer free support groups. We offer free educational classes, some of which are for school-based programs. So without school being in session, that looks a little bit different, but we do have programs and resources for parents. We have programs and resources for children. We have programs and resources for people living with mental illness, and for family members and loved ones. So definitely go to the website, see what we have to offer. There's a COVID resources section on the main website that will send you to places who have more information about COVID and mental health and balancing our new norm. And we have a care outreach program. So on the website, there should be a link to a survey that's basically just asking, how are you doing? What are you going through? What do you need? And there will be a live person that will call and check on you and say, hey, you know, what can I do to help? Or just listen if that's what you need at the time and get you to the right, right person and right place to help.
Thank you for that information. I will definitely, you know, use it as resources for my students.
Awesome. All right, Shannon, did you have anything else that you wanted to offer us or to give us?
I think, you know, in just mentioning some of the things that you mentioned, I think, yeah, we're talking about us, but don't forget to watch out for those same things, like you said, the trauma and the kids, because it's important to us to be in tune to what our kids are going through, and they have somebody to talk to as well.
Absolutely.
You know, if either that's you or that's grandma, or, you know, just have them have an opportunity to express their feelings, because a lot of them, they hear the things that are on the news, they hear what's on the internet, like, you may not tell them directly, but they know people are dying. They know people are sick. They know that there's a virus going on. That's why they're not in school. And so it may be complicated for some kids. They may not understand it. They may not know what to do with those emotions or those feelings. And I don't necessarily want my kids to feel like it's so normal to have thousands upon thousands of people die, and that want them to be worried about themselves. You know, some kids, they're worried about because they know, oh, the old people are dying, so they're worried about their grandparents. Is grandma gonna die? Is grandma, you know? So it's important to have these conversations with them. There are some books out that can help them deal with some of these things. You know, if you like just Google quarantine books or how to talk to your kids, or the books to help you talk to your kids on during this quarantine. There's some books online that are digital books. There's another book out that someone I just interviewed called Harmony. That's not really directly related to COVID, but it's about a llama who is stuck in Ohio and wants to be with its family in another country, but can't because it's sort of quarantined in Ohio. And these llamas like, I don't want to be here, but the llama found a way to see the beauty and the place that it was in the moment that it was in, until it was able to get back to its family. And so, you know, there are correlations. That was called Harmony. Harmony. Yeah, Christina, I believe, is the author. And it's just an example of how you have to work a little bit, but use that story to make the connection between the same things they are feeling with not being able to go out, not being able to go to parties or to school or different places where they want to go. But there's still a lot of beautiful things happening right where they are in the moment that they're in. And, you know, try to say, I always tell people, some people, you know, see their cup or their glass as half full. Some people see it as half empty. And I say, just be happy you have a glass at all. Because sometimes just having that glass is a true blessing when so many other people don't have anything. So, yeah, and then of course a reminder to please follow me on social media at Mr. Shannon Lanier, Mr. Shannon Lanier. Don't forget the Daddy Duty 365 podcast, which is a website as well as an Instagram and Facebook page. And you can catch me every single morning right here in Houston on the CW39 morning show, Morning Dose from 6 to 9 a.m.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Shannon, for talking to us. I know you're a man on the move, so I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, so sorry. I hate that I had to do this in the car in the steering wheel, but I'm stressed for time today. Like I said, my morning started at 2:30 and I'm going until 8 o'clock at night. So I'm always trying to pack way too much into my schedule.
Thank you.
Got it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys on May 30th during the walk.
May 30th.
Thank you.
Shannon, get your team started, and you can have some of your celebrity dads be on your walk team.
Right now, it's so much easier now that I can say, just do it from your own yard. Do it from your own neighborhood.
That's right. It's super convenient. Walk as you are, walk your way, which is what we're calling it. NAMI walks your way.
Oh, walk your way. Okay, cool.
Well, so you didn't sign up today?
Yeah, well, I already signed up once, remember? So
I know that was my fault.
I gotta do it again.
Oh, you gotta bring up the past.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're gonna get it going. We're gonna try to get it going.
Thank you guys so much. Please,
thanks everybody.
Thank you.
I'll put my my email address in the chat box. So if you guys have any questions or need any information or would like a recording of today's session, please feel free to shoot me an email.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Have a great day.